10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Ooh.
Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday.
She had
Taking a
caught
drink of
mid-drink. Y'all
water.
saw that, right?
Yeah, I was. I'm a little bit tired today. I'll explain that in just a minute. But how are you, Randy? How are you?
I'm here. I am actually I'm going to turn on my fan here in a few minutes because it's actually a little warm in my closet of equipment, shall we
Curiosities.
say? Yeah. Well, no, it's not really curious. I got a Jim Croce sign back there. I got my old Johnston Atoll map back there. And like,
That's what I
you know,
said. Curiosities.
yeah. You can call it curious if you want, but yeah, it's still a closet, is what it really is. But anyway, yeah.
Exactly.
So, but yeah, I mean, we've had a little bit of the flu bug running around this entire parts as of the last week or so, and my granddaughter who lives with me, she's tested positive for flu A. So every time she comes out and runs around, I look at her like, "You don't breathe on me," and
Right.
she giggles and runs off. Yeah. So
Right. Um, I just saw a comment, and it was in our chat, and it was from Sinfully, and she had said that I wish that YouTube would take me, somewhere sunny and tropical.
can somebody tell me that one where it's at, please? Because
Yeah,
well,
exactly. Well, when I find something and can go to somewhere tropical to investigate, I promise I will take you with me.
yeah,
YouTube
I
away.
Johnson Island was as tropical as I get, and that was a year of okay, we're gonna throw you on a coral rock in the middle of the ocean, 800 miles from the nearest landmass. Have fun. Okay,
Okay, thanks.
yeah,
Yeah, it's just hot. There's no fun to it.
yeah, exactly. No fun. Well, no, I can't say that. There was some fun. There was a lot of fun. I mean, because you got 1,100 people on that island, had the cheapest beer in the Army, had the best mess hall in the Army, and it was run by the Air Force. So we got taken care of by a long shot. So, but
Oh, well, yeah, there you go. There you
yeah,
go.
major problem. Yeah, you're dealing with live chemical munitions that need to be demilled. Yeah, no, it's not fun at times.
Right.
So,
Right.
but
Yeah, I can
neither here nor
understand
there
that.
on that one. Hey, guess what?
What?
We got a conference coming up.
Oh, yes. Very quickly, everyone. Very quickly.
Let me see if I can
It is
pick the right one for this, though. Hang on. I got to make sure I pick the right one because I've been throwing this around. Is this one it? Yeah, there we go. Okay.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
anyway, this is September 19th and 20th in Richmond, Missouri. We have a meet and greet Friday night, conference all day Saturday. As you can see, we have a lineup of really cool speakers. We have special guests that are coming. And of course, all of us at the Misfit Island of Toys. We're all going to be there. It's going to be a great time. So if you want tickets, Gary has graciously put up the link in the comments, and thank you very much. And get your tickets soon because we do have a cutoff. We do have a cutoff. So we had to come up with one. So
Yeah, because if we
please,
didn't,
get your tickets soon. Yeah, exactly. We've run out of room. So anyway,
exactly.
19th and 20th of 2025, Richmond, Missouri. Be there.
Yep.
Okay, so let's move on.
Business
so let's
paid.
talk about
you.
Yeah, we're paid. Let's talk about what I had done this weekend.
Yes.
Now, if some of you caught Bigfoot Michigan Rob on Saturday night. It was an amazing show. It was an amazing show. Mr. Sir Brian Bowden got in the chat, and he was, talking about stuff because we know that he has massive abilities. Anyway, so he, Rob said, "Hey, come on the show. Let's talk about this." Krista was there, and she was also on the show while at the location. Of course, she had to stay stationary. I was, of course, I'm working the event. I am the newest member of Haunted Souls Paranormal out of St. Louis, and that's Souls with a Z. And they do a lot of events and things like that. They've got 2 brand new locations. They have Emmaus Village which is in Marthasville, Missouri, and then now they have Arcadia Academy, which is in, of course, Ironton / Arcadia, Missouri. Which I'm going to tell you this: Emmaus Village did not disappoint. Just didn't. Didn't
sound like it.
No, Emmaus Village. Now, last night when we were at Arcadia, the first night that I investigated, which was Friday night, we had some things happen, some things I couldn't explain. It was like in the first 5 minutes, I had a disembodied voice that I caught right on audio. It was just super crazy. And then last night, which was an event, which was an all-pro event, meaning these are experienced ghost investigators, paranormal investigators. So they were all out there last night. And I'm telling you what, I was working, so I was walking this property. Now I'm going to tell you that my legs are killing me because this is a big property that I'm walking, right?
So you had to work, is what you tell me. You had to actual work.
Yeah, I had to work. Yes, I had to work. So,
put the rucksack on and get going. It's okay.
Right. And my job was real super easy. I was just going around checking on everybody, make sure everybody's on the up and up and they're not doing things that they're not supposed to be doing. And, and talking with them to say, "Hey, have you been over here? Have you checked this out? Do you know the story on this?" Or blah, 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 so like I said, Krista was there last night, and so was Terry Mosby, and Paranormal Paul was with us, and many people that I knew. It was like a meeting of friends is what happened last night. So we decided to go to the auditorium. Okay. Now the auditorium it's not real big at all. It's kind of small, but it is like super tall, and there's a lot of echo that goes around in that room.
Okay.
And the way they would get on stage for plays and in their stuff like that is there is a stairway at the back of the stage that goes down to the floor below it, so they could all get ready there and then walk up the stairs and get on the stage. Well, we had told everybody at the beginning of the night. We said, "Hey, you can't use these stairs. They're narrow. We don't have anything lit in there. For safety reasons, just don't use those." Of course, the night before I was running up and down them stairs. I
don't know what
that was
about.
just
Nobody saw anything.
I have no idea what was happening, but the amount of people that were there were like, "Yeah, let's just not use those." Plus, if you have a one-way in and out of a active location, it's easier than people coming in all directions. So we just like to keep the flow of people going one way. Anyway, so the we're all sitting in the auditorium, and we're like just sitting there talking and being quiet, asking questions. It was kind of quiet, nothing really going on in there. And then all of a sudden I hear somebody running up those stairs behind the stage, and I'm thinking, what is going on? So Carmen, who was another member of Haunted Souls Paranormal, she was sitting right next to me, and she gave me the elbow, and she says, "Your turn." So it's like I have to be the paranormal police, right? So I sat there for a second longer to see who was going to pop out there because I was getting tired by this point, and I'm like, I don't really want to get up.
Yeah.
So, and I'm like, I don't think anybody's there. There's nobody there. I don't hear anything. I didn't hear any steps going down, anything. So
Yeah.
her and I got up. We got on the stage and we're looking down the stairwell because we didn't hear anybody leaving or going down the stairs. We just heard them coming up. And they
Yeah.
were coming up at quite a fast pace, right?
You
So
could hear
we're
'em.
shining our flashlights down in there, and there is absolutely zero people in that stairwell. Zero.
And and now you're sitting there going, what the heck did we just have happen?
Right, because it wasn't just like little footsteps, like you're like, oh,
Yeah.
footsteps. It's like, who's running up those stairs? We honestly thought
Yeah.
that it was, one of the attendees running up those stairs.
Yeah. Clod,
And it
clod,
was
clod,
like,
clod,
oh,
clod all the way up, right?
yes.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I'm gonna have to get up and scold somebody, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah. I'm perfectly comfortable right here.
Right? Y'all go have fun, just do right, and that's what I thought. I thought, hey, but man, I'll tell you what, they were loud. And I told you how the echo is in this auditorium. And
Yeah.
it's a tremendous echo. And the acoustics are phenomenal. And it was just so loud that there was probably about 9 people sitting within that auditorium. We were all in there together, and man, we all heard it. And guess who didn't have their audio on because she was working?
You.
It was me.
So guess what
Because
we
the
don't
first thing,
have?
right? Because the first thing I would have done is set one of my recorders right on the stage. Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
That'd have been
100%.
the
Yeah.
first thing I would have done.
Mhm.
And I missed the whole thing. I missed all of that. And I was like,
But
that
you got the
figures.
experience at least. You know what I mean? You got the
Yes,
experience.
yes. And it was validated by other seasoned investigators. So I mean, that was really cool. And
Yeah.
like I said, I have 2 full nights of investigations at this place under my belt, and I'm tired. They
Well,
take it
yeah.
out of
Get
you.
your
I
you,
probably got home at 5:30 this morning.
you need to get your rest. Get rested. Start going through evidence and start bringing some stuff up because that's I'm living vicariously through you on this one. Okay, come on now.
Right, right. Because I didn't have equipment on me last night. I was working, so
Well,
I
yeah,
didn't. I
you
didn't do
you weren't
anything.
set up to actually do anything really. So
No, But I did catch, which we'll bring it on the show. I did catch an audio. I mean, we weren't down this hallway, and it was the first hallway as we walked out of the team room.
yeah,
First hallway, and we went down and we sat one of the rooms, and I kept hearing a voice, and I'm like, what is that? I said, it sounds like a female or maybe a child. I'm not sure because,
yeah,
sometimes that's hard to distinguish. And so I walk up through some rooms because you can walk through the center of them and get to the next room. And
yeah,
then I kind of was standing there and I heard something and I yelled, hey, did you guys hear that? Everybody's like, nope, didn't hear a thing.
yeah. What?
And
What we
so
hear?
I'm like, hang on, hang on. So I took my recorder and I have this little portable speaker that I plug into it to
Yeah,
amplify
yeah,
it,
yeah.
which is very handy, especially when you're out in the field, very handy.
Hmm.
And I plugged that in and I said something like, because we were looking for some lights that
Yeah.
like a red glow, and we were trying to figure out how that it was reflecting off a certain wall and where it was coming from because it was kind of
Uh huh.
stumping us. So we're in there debunking stuff. And
Yeah.
then I said something like, well, I don't know. And that's what I said. Well, I don't know. And then you hear, hi.
And that was a disembodied voice. It wasn't EVP. It was actual. You heard it on the spot there, right?
Everybody was quiet.
Yeah.
Everybody was quiet. Nobody was saying nothing. And I was the only one talking because that's when I said, well, I don't know. And
Yeah.
because we were trying to figure out how it was reflecting because it's kind of weird in that room particular. And yeah, hi. Just and then
Wow.
last night, Stephanie O'Reilly was in attendance, and she is the owner of what's the name, Randy? Oh God, she's gonna kill me.
Why are you trying to make me remember it?
Oh my gosh.
Did you just tell me it?
No, no,
Then
I'm
how am
trying to
I
think.
supposed to know it?
Oh my gosh. Stephanie O'Reilly. She has a haunted location. Oh. I will think of
Okay.
it probably at 3 o'clock in the morning. Watch. I
Well,
told you I was tired. She's going
I
to kill
probably
me,
have
and I
not.
am so very sorry.
I'm probably not the one that would ever remember because I don't know the lady's name, obviously, and I don't know which location you're talking about. So, is the one you've
Right,
done in the
right.
last several months?
I haven't done her location at all yet.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Well, then I
so
don't know that.
I'll think it, like I said, 3 o'clock in the morning, it'll pop up and I'll be like, oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
And then I'm gonna get
But
a text
anyway,
at
she
3 o'clock
was
in the morning.
there.
Hey.
Right. So then, she was recording on the same floor and got um a hello there. And it sounded like the
Yeah.
same type of voice to me, like the same
Oh,
voice. And
okay.
I can't tell until I put them under uh until I analyze them, so I wouldn't know. But they sounded very familiar. Like they sound like they could be the same particular ghost. And on this floor,
Yeah.
there is said to be a nun that kind of floats along that first floor.
Oh, wow. As long as she
Just
ain't bringing
saying.
the ruler with her, we're good.
Right, right, right. Yeah, because this place is very interesting. It was used. The first building on the property was it was an old wooden structure that they put a
Yeah.
brick facade on and made it into a Civil War hospital.
So they kept the actual internal wood to start with, the
Yes,
bones.
yes. A lot of the
Mm.
old wood is still there. We don't know factually how much they used or took out, but there is still some still there.
Yeah.
And of course, that is now an Airbnb that you all can rent if you would like. Um,
Ooh.
the team stayed there Friday night, and it was a very active evening. There was walking and noises all over the place. So the whole place is haunted. And then the Catholic Church took it over. It became a dormitory, a school for girls, and it became a laundry house after that. And then after the Catholics got done with it, the Mormons bought it and used that. And then after the Mormons, well, it stayed vacant for like 25 years
Yeah.
until somebody bought it. So it was still vacant. You could actually investigate this location years ago, and they kind of stopped it, and now they're kind of bringing it back up.
Yeah.
And so we're kind of like we're getting in there, and we're just reintroducing everything to all of the entities and spirits in there, because they've been laying dormant for quite a while.
Yeah.
And so we're going to get that rolling again and get them spirits moving because
They
they
need
still
energy.
remember. Yeah, they
Yeah.
need energy.
Kind
But
of
I
like what
will
we
tell
dealt
you
with
this.
at the crest. So
Right, right. But
yeah.
this is a wedding venue.
Oh, that's always fun.
Yes.
That's
I mean,
always fun.
it's got it's all steeped in all this history back from the Civil War on up,
Uh-huh.
and all this kind of stuff. And man, and it's a wedding venue. They have a beautiful um I the church is like right in the center, and then
Yeah.
you've got all the buildings either attached to it or other places on property. And I'm telling you what, it's just crazy. I am telling you what. I mean,
Oh
they
yeah, I
have
bet.
a separate building that's a gymnasium, and
Well,
and
yeah.
all. I mean,
Well, and you sit there, think about
it's
it. If
just
it's a
huge.
wedding venue, that's where a lot of people had some of their most joyous times. That's where they want to go back
Exactly,
to. So
exactly. I mean, you can investigate the church, and that's understandable. I don't want to investigate a church,
no,
not
no,
an
I don't.
active church. I
No,
don't want
I'd
to
rather
mess with
be out
that
on the
mood, that
grounds.
mojo. No, I
Yeah,
am not gonna mess with that.
the
But all
reception
the way around
area.
it,
Yeah,
there's just a whole lot of stuff. I mean,
yeah,
because you have the dormitories for the nuns, you have the dormitories for the girls, you have There's a working restaurant in that place. The people who own it actually live on premises because there's so much room, and it just kind of makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
And they were talking about having their grandkids up in there, and they had a room, and they had to move their grandkids because they kept hearing children running up and down the hallways.
Uh-huh.
And they were keeping their grandkids up at night. So they had to move them, and that, of course, that pretty much worked and stopped all that. But the whole family stays in there because, like I said, it is a wedding venue. It is a restaurant. It is an Airbnb, which the Airbnb is absolutely beautiful. I cannot even say enough about their Airbnb. You can also stay within what's called the priest house. The priest house is actually attached to the school itself. It's attached, but it was for where the priest stayed, and then the other male people, which there weren't many. There was, some maintenance men and the priest, and there might be 2 or 3 there, but that's about it.
Yeah, much like
because the men had to stay out of the building.
Yeah, the old preacher's quarters and stuff at the old Baptist church and stuff.
I wouldn't even call that quarters. It's a 3-story house with a basement. It's a 3-story house with a basement.
Wow.
With multiple rooms. Yeah, you're talking multiple rooms.
Okay.
So,
whoa.
Yeah. So this is way more than what you would think. And you can rent rooms. You can actually rent rooms inside that priest house. Now, it doesn't have any heat or air. It has running water, but it has no heat or air. But the priest that they keep referring to is blind. And so you can rent his room and stay in that haunted location if you'd like. But the laundry house or the Civil War hospital, whatever you want to call it, that is nice.
Well, and that's one of those that anything Civil War related, you're going to get some sort of residual the 90% of the time, or you're going to think at least you got something for sure. But
because we know the South and Missouri is big into Civil War history, and it's just I mean, you could look up the Pilot Knob skirmish that they had and all that. I'm telling you,
it's all right
there. It's just steeped in history in that area. And but like I said, they're going to be opening that up for the public very, very soon. Cool. And so if anyone is interested, you'll have to contact Haunted Souls with a Z, Paranormal, and check them out. You can look them up on Google, and I do believe they have a website. So they have all that stuff located there. And you can have a pretty large size team.
Yeah, and it sounds like it'd be worth the effort to do it anyway. It really does. Just from what I've heard for the last 2 days.
Right. So, right.
Well, I'm going to start right now and go ahead and put this on because I already got my first red circle that just came on.
I'm ready for some red circles. I've been dealing with reality. I would like some red circles.
Well, there's the first red circle right there. If
there
I could draw
he
a red
is.
circle, it'd be right there. So
we should have that. Just
if he doesn't stop coming on with like Hawaiian shirts or whatever that is he's got on, we're gonna have to have a serious talk because that's not working. That's not working.
I like my Hawaiian shirts. Get off me.
Dance.
You look like the guy from The Simpsons in the comic book shop. Okay.
Right.
Well,
I'm going for the whole. What the hell's his name? Talking about looking like a Galveston drug dealer. Yeah.
And no, I'm lost.
I don't think so.
It's a song, dadgummit.
It is?
Yeah.
It ain't Margaritaville, so I ain't worried about it. So. Son of a Sailor?
Just saying. Well, just
All
a
right.
recap text. We just talked a little bit about what I had done this weekend, which I am totally exhausted. And we're moving on to Red Circles Sunday, Sunday, Sunday.
Yeah. And we're going to do some of these might be kind of rapid fire too. So you better be ready for this one.
Be ready. Just be ready.
All right. Let me see if I can. Oh, wait. The first one. Yeah. The first three of them. Absolutely no info on them at all. Okay. Just no info.
Oh, of course. That's a giveaway right there.
Yeah. And they're
They have nothing.
they're so good on quality. They're just so great on the quality. Like, this one right here.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
This
I don't
picture
know.
is, first of all, so blurry. You couldn't see anything if you wanted to. You couldn't say that that's anything. And they've red circled some blobs.
Yeah. I mean, and I don't know.
That's all I got.
I can't seem to zoom in on it, and it's starting to really perturb me. But either way, I don't know if I want to zoom in on it, honestly, because quite frankly,
Yeah.
this looks like some sort of stairwell right over here, and this looks like somebody going around a corner. And literally somebody took a red Sharpie and circled them.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can think of.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you cannot use this as evidence.
No,
it will not pass.
It doesn't even come close. It doesn't even come close. I mean,
look at text.
There you go. That easy for
That's
you.
it. It's the size. That's the sideways look.
Yeah.
That's what y'all need. Y'all need a buzzer sound.
I do, but the last time I used it, it made everybody jump out of their skin, so I ain't doing it no more.
It was pretty loud.
It was obnoxious. I liked it though. It was cool. All right, so we're just going to ahead and say bye and go to the next one. Ready?
Bye.
Because it don't have no info either. These are some, like I said, I found red circles and I went with them. That's all I cared about.
Oh, come on.
Really?
This was actually on a YouTube video. I found it as an excerpt from a YouTube video that was out on Pinterest.
Did you really have to circle that? You know what I mean? That's what I want to say. Do you really have to put that there? Because if you can't see that, first of all.
Well, if it's a ghost, why are you marking her eyes out?
And that one I can't tell you. Because like I said, if I'm not mistaken, this might have come from a certain show that He Who Must Not Be Named was on. So.
Oh, okay.
But
so now, no.
Yeah, I mean, for whatever reason, I am not able to. There we go.
Is that actually a person, or is that what is?
If you look at to me, I think it's an overlay. Look how square the lines
That's what it looks like to me too. A copy.
It looks like paper mache.
It's a cardboard cutout, people.
Exactly. That's exactly what it looks like. But they thought you needed double the help because they gave us an arrow too.
Right. I have faith. I have faith in everybody out there watching and in our chat. I know you can see that.
Freaky kind of got it right. Buddy's faceless though. Wait, that's the wrong one. Buddy's. Dang it! Y'all quit copying. I keep trying to click on her stuff to bring it up, and it keeps scrolling on me the minute I try to click on it.
Right. And I think the reason why is they scratch out their face or white out their face is because it's like, this ain't good. You don't want to be even remotely attached to this photo.
Yeah. I was one that scratched out his face just to give y'all a heads up on that. It's actually out there.
Even the girl's face?
No, I didn't do that one. I didn't touch anything inside the red circle. No,
that's a cardboard cutout, everyone.
Looks like it. All right.
Yeah.
So that's 2 down. Here's the third one with no info.
Oh, great. We got a dress mannequin.
I don't even think it's that. I think it's a daggum into the hallway into a little foyer of some sort.
It looks like a hallway.
An opening. Yeah. So this right here, I got no earthly idea what they're trying to come up with. I could see pareidolia in it all day long. I'm more interested. They went out of their way to go with that, but they don't want to bring up the orb over here.
Well, that looks like dust to me.
Well, it does to me too, but still, if you're going to circle this,
Yeah, if you're
wouldn't
going to
you circle
circle,
that?
right. If you're going to start circling, let's get it all in there, right?
Yeah, actually,
Go
Granddad,
ahead
I
and
think I
zoom.
was wondering, that looks like it might be a vent down there of some sort, almost right here.
Yeah, it
or a
looks like a
banister on
vent
a
in the wall.
stairwell.
Yeah, banister stairwell. I mean, it's just literally, it's so
Nope.
badly taken, though. I mean, look at
Okay.
this.
All right. So I'm trying to figure out the shadow next to it. I'm more interested
Just
in the
over here.
shadow.
Yeah,
Yes.
and
Could
I
that
think
be that there is a light behind that person that is shining down the hallway?
kind of what I'm thinking, because it looks like they're holding the camera, right?
Yeah, it does.
Because I
So
mean,
there's
you get
probably
his
a light
shoulder off.
behind them, and
Yeah, you get a shoulder here, you got a shoulder there, and then what's a Batman looking head there, so yeah, I'm definitely saying
I
nope.
would have gone with that.
Yeah. Well, we tried that once. Me and Tex tried that once, and it turned out it was a horse with a blanket on it. Remember that one, Tex?
That was a long time ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a long time ago. It was a horse coming out of the fog, but the way the fog and the part of it looked, when you took it, it looked like Batman coming out of the fog. It literally did, with the horse's ears up. And you were
Right?
like, what the heck? And then you sit there and look at, oh wait, no, that's a blanket on the horse, and there's the horse's head, and there's the okay, never mind, got it. But you had to look at it. If you
Never
just looked at it first
mind.
glance, yeah, it is
I
what
would
it
have
is.
put it out there. I would have put it out there and circled it and said, "Hey, it's Batman."
Actually, I think I gave it a text, and he put it out there as one of his little shorts early on.
We might have to re-look at that.
Yeah. So anyway, all right. So back to
Okay, yeah,
where
no,
we're at.
pass.
We're gone. All right, number 4. Now this is where I actually got something halfway decent to write on it. It ain't a whole lot, but ghost hunters spot creep figure, not creepy figure, creep figure behind them in Edinburgh's famous Mary King's close. Now this is I think it's a train station, if I'm not mistaken, Edinburgh, Scotland. I'm not for
Okay,
sure.
so the man on the one side is, of course, real,
Yeah, this right
and
here.
then
I see a
right,
top hat
and
in
then
the face.
You did what to who?
I can make out like a top hat in the face.
Kind of right through here.
Yep, right up at the top.
Like the red circle didn't tell you that already, but
Yeah.
This one.
But it looks like somebody holding a flashlight too.
Yeah, and I don't know if they're far enough, if it's far enough away from this guy or this lady or what it says right here, if it's far enough away to actually be that much more colorless, I should say.
Yeah.
While I still don't know for sure. I don't know, and I don't think it. I think it's more pareidolia. I really believe it's probably more pareidolia than anything.
I think so too. But it looks like a skeleton face up top of there.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
it looks
with
kind of
that hat,
cool.
with
Yeah,
like a
go
hat
ahead
right there,
and zoom it in a little bit.
right in
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's pareidolia, but it's still a
It
cool.
looks like it's
cool
even
picture.
like. Well, yeah. I mean, even if you use your imagination and you move down, you can see the shoulders, and then you can see the old type coats with the
look,
two piece of material. Right.
yeah, and almost can see the buttons running along it. See?
Yeah.
Like it
Like a
makes me
vest.
think of like Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Looks like he's got a chicken under his arm too.
And
Yep, that too.
chicken ghost. But like I said, this one actually had a write up, so I figured I better grab it.
Well, that is pretty cool. I mean,
It is a cool picture. I still think it
it's
might
a cool picture. I like it.
We got a ghost wearing a top hat carrying a chicken.
Yeah.
Karen,
Well, it's Scotland. What do you expect?
Right. There you go, Tex.
Well, when you zoom in, you can see the shadow of him kind of, coming over this way too a little bit. So, I mean,
Yeah,
I could see where
yeah,
they might have seen it, but that shadow
yeah,
could
but
be
that
caused by
is
just about anything. So,
yeah, but that is that's pareidolia from what I'm seeing through the one picture we're looking at, because we all know
yeah.
we're only analyzing what we can see.
And that's the only one
Um,
that's out there. Now, there's a bunch of them that don't have the red circle, obviously, but they're all the exact same picture. I haven't seen anything before or after that I could find. So, all right.
3 to
So,
5 pictures, people.
well, and like I said, these people may not. Well, no, I take that back. They did turn around to take a picture because they thought something was following them, quote unquote. Yeah, in that case, you need to take 3 minimum right then and there.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
yes,
so
yeah.
okay, now let me see what was number 5. Let me see what my 5th one was. Okay, this is a real ghost of a soldier at a reunion, quote unquote. That's all there is, and I think we've seen this one before.
Why is the ghost wearing the same uniform as everybody else?
Because he's with them. He was with them at one time, is what the speculation is.
Mm.
He was part of that unit.
Oh,
That being said, do I think it's an overexposure? Yeah. Because I think if you look at his head here, look at this dude's head right here, they're not too far apart.
Right.
Eyebrow and such, and ear to ear. I'm fairly certain there's some sort of movement there that got caught in a long exposure.
Right.
okay. Well, let's take a look at it.
Yeah.
Let's dig deep into that. Now
Okay.
look at the ghost for a minute
Okay.
and study the ghost for a second.
All right.
You can almost see, if you looked at it, if you just glanced at it, you could see where his eyes are at.
Mm-hmm.
You could say, "Oh, well, see, you can see through his head." No, that's his eyes.
Yeah.
That's not the straight line going to, on the background going.
Yeah. Because this would be a
Just
corner
happens
of
to
the eye
line
right
up.
here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just having to line up that top right there. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Well,
Mm.
when
But
you
you
back
can see through the
the
shoulder.
forehead, yeah, that's what makes me think more along the lines of a movement, because quite frankly, I mean, you see how crisp and clear these guys are right here. And this is the old cameras, obviously. We're talking about those
Right.
old cameras. He's got that same hue and the same look as what this guy kind of has here.
Exactly.
He's just not quite as solid. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you can see. I mean, if you want to argue the fact, you can see through that guy's cheeks.
Yeah,
Right.
if you pushed it, yeah.
But I'm this is what's getting me. All
What's
right.
that?
Because you say he kind of looks like that other guy.
Yeah.
Okay. But there's no blur motion, and if it was a long exposure and the guy moved, there would be a blur motion in between the
I would
first this and then when he moved down. So there should be a
down
blur
here.
motion there. And then
You
on
would have
top
thought
of
so, yeah.
the hair is a little bit different.
Yeah.
The eyebrows are definitely not the same. This one's confusing me just a hair.
Yeah.
I
And
think
the
it's
only,
a possible. I think it's a possible catch.
yeah.
I'm going to go.
And,
I'll
I
go
do
that
too.
far. I'll go that
And
far.
the only reason I was saying about this guy right here because of the forehead look. Now, obviously, he's looking at a different angle here versus what this
Right.
image is looking. So I don't know that his eyebrows would line up like they should or not. I can't tell you. That's just some sort of plausibility that you can throw at it to kind of halfway explain it. But yeah. But other than that, you got a clear I shouldn't say, yeah, it's an apparition, but we don't know what the
Yeah.
apparition is of. Let's put it
Right.
that way. And everybody knows it's there because that red circle is telling you it's there.
I'm on the fence about this. Now,
Yeah.
could it be a goof up in the film? Absolutely can be.
Yeah.
Absolutely can be.
Mm-hmm. And these are
sometimes happens.
Royal. Yeah, I don't know if these are Royal Air Force or they're British Army. I'm not for sure, but these were British, if I remember right when I looked it up. Not to mention those daggum beer, or whatever bottles those are pretty good size. So they're happy right now. They're really happy.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, I don't know about this one
Yeah.
because I can't
I'm with
see
you.
where it was an overlay or an insert, or
No.
I'm not seeing any of the signs of that.
No. And then,
And
like I said,
he actually has his own distinct look.
yeah. And like I said, I thought possibly this guy moving across, maybe coming from here through that and looking, but once again, like you said, there's no real motion blur at all, which you should
Well,
No.
see. Yes.
and I mean, and if they're saying that this guy used to be part of the unit, they know who he
Mhm.
is, and that he was dead when this photo was taken, there you go.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just taking it by face value, I'm going to say it's a catch.
Yeah. And
Right.
that's what I kind of did too, because I was like, when I was looking at it and reading the that's all I had. What I read to you from the get-go, that's the only write-up I found on it.
Huh.
A soldier at a dead soldier at a reunion. That's it. Didn't give me a year, didn't give me
Yeah.
anything. Now I recognize the uniforms as British. I do recognize that. So, and that's
Zoom in.
mainly from this right here.
Yeah, zoom in on the other guy standing next to him.
This guy right here.
Yeah.
Okay. That's as
All
far as I can
right.
go.
So do you notice that those are the only two that look unhappy?
Yeah.
You've got your supposable alleged
Good point.
spirit, and then the guy. These are the only two that are not
Yeah.
having
And
a
it
good
makes me,
time.
I'm wondering if these guys are having their party and these guys are just somebody just kind of stragglers along that just kind of happened to wander into the photograph.
Right.
Because they're not sitting with these guys, it doesn't look like.
No.
So who knows? I mean,
I don't
but
know.
yeah, I'm with you. I think it's
I'm gonna
pretty
call
good
it. I
catch.
don't know. I'm
Yeah.
gonna say I don't know. I'm gonna go with that.
Okay. We're gonna go with I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay. Now, next one. Grandpa in kid's portrait. That's all that I got. I've seen this 100 times out on the web, obviously. So
This one is, yeah, this one's tough
yeah.
because you can still see like the folds in the picture. You can see the little,
Mhm.
like the tear. This to me looks like the original photo, like a picture of a
That's
picture.
yeah. That's what I thought too. Because you got a little bit of that fold right here, as you can see, going across his actually into the apparition himself. And as I zoom in more, I don't see anything that would cause me to think it's some sort of an overlay of any kind.
No, of course they circled it real tight. So how would you?
No, actually, I circled it because it didn't have.
Oh, okay. So, well, then you reviewed it, so that's fine. You circled it a little too tight there, Randy.
Well,
But
I
you
didn't
see
want to
that
get the
there's
girl.
you see that there's a rip in the picture.
Right here.
I don't
And
know,
then you got
Tex.
more.
What do you think?
You got more over here too. So
Well, like I said, I honestly, he's so solid.
makes you think it might be a remnant.
Go on the picture. You know?
Yeah. Especially through here, he looks solid.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
then you got down here. Yeah.
Not all ghosts look like ghosts. Sometimes the apparitions look as real as you and me.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. So, I mean, they didn't evidently see him standing there when the picture was taken.
No. Not from what little bit I could read on it. They literally just said this was the grandfather of the kids. That's all it said. Now, is that the truth? I can't tell you that for sure.
Well,
I'm also going to say,
have to take it at face value. So
yeah,
right. So, but we're looking at the photo. Do you notice how the kids are kind of offset in the photo?
Mm-hmm. It's almost like they centered with him in there as well.
Yeah. Like
it
they
could
took a
just
picture
be,
of 3, not of 2.
yeah, but it could
Yeah.
also be the fact that, the early days of photography, probably 40s or 50s when this was taken, and they just doesn't know. You know how many times I used to look through a 110 and be off center?
Right. Right.
So I don't know if they really had somebody there or not, and it just, when the developing happened, it glared him out, you know what I mean? Or it just glossed him
Mm-hmm.
out. It could have been
Mm-hmm.
something from the developing of the film. It really could have been.
Could have been.
Yeah. So
I'm going to go
I'm
with
on the
I
fence.
don't know because I can't say yes or no. I mean, some things look suspicious, but if we were just looking at this photo,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to tell you. I mean,
No.
honestly, because there's not a lot of information.
Nope.
It looks like the original, and all we can go by is what they're saying.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
picture. It was either scanned or a picture of a picture, one of the two.
Yeah, but to me, it looks like it's a picture of a picture, perhaps.
Yeah. So, but hey, I'm
I
with
don't
you. I'm
know.
on the fence on it. I'm on the fence on it.
I'm not. Yep, I'm there too. I can't say either way. Just with what we've been given, and it's so hard to debunk unless like we talk about all the time when we say the little white lines or the smudges or
Mhm.
anything. When we start dealing with older pictures, that becomes truly impossible.
Yeah. Unless it's a true overlay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Then
and
you
then
could
they'd
see.
have to have done something with the original photo. But
Exactly.
these old ones like this, with the rips and the tears and the folds and
Yeah. It's in the
that's
actual
hard.
apparition. So yeah.
That's hard. Yeah.
So okay, we're on the fence on that one. Got it.
Yep.
So I'm gonna go ahead and do this and give you a heads up.
Oh boy.
Oh gosh, here we go.
This one
Text, turn your
is
hat sideways. We're ready.
This one is written as "Beautiful Ghost in the Garden." I didn't do that red
How
circle
many
though.
times have we seen this? Oh, my hat fell off. It says no. I'm out. I can't.
We've seen this happen hundreds and hundreds of times. Now, I would have loved to have seen this in a video and seen it manifest and go across. That would
Yeah.
have been something that I could have worked with. But in this situation, and I don't know when it was taken, because as you can see, if you look on the side here, it's kind of blurry right through here, which makes me think we're talking about another picture of a picture.
Yeah.
And
Well, and what I'm looking at too is the blurriness. One on that bush over here, and two in the background.
it's clear.
No, in the scroll
Which
up.
one?
Scroll up. Yeah, this stuff back here, right?
Yeah,
above
over
the fence. No,
right over here.
Above between the tree and the fence.
Yeah,
all that misty looking stuff, and
Yes.
all around that far in the edges, this whole thing is blurry. So
Yeah.
it's like,
well, here's the dead giveaway right here. You see how that light is going and that straight line coming down with it?
Yep.
That's immediately tells me it's either an overlay or transparency that's been added to it in some way, shape, or form.
yeah.
And you can see by looking inside in this area, these bushes are blurry. These are crystal clear.
Yeah.
Right.
So it has, and I'm going to go too far. It has been digitally enhanced.
Yes.
I'm going to even go with that.
Yep. I mean, look how straight her back is.
Did
I
they
don't know
give
if
a year
anyone
that this thing was taken?
No, there was nothing with it. There was nothing with it at all. Just when it said beautiful ghost, I was like, ooh, let me see it. It wasn't quite as beautiful as I thought it was going to be.
Right. Right.
So,
and of course it's black and white. So again, that is difficult too. I mean, we have talked about that, when people see apparitions of women and it's the woman in white. How many times have we heard that? It's the woman in white.
always.
What if she's just void of color? What if it's not actually white? When she was alive, it wasn't white. Maybe it was blue. Maybe,
Yeah.
it was yellow, but it's just void of light. See, and that kind of makes me think of what's going on in here because it looks like it could be void of color too towards the bottom.
Well, there's a question out in the chat. Brandon Coast, he why are they never naked? Because he believes, like you said here, it says, I straight up don't believe ghosts would have ghost clothing. I don't know that I consider it necessarily ghost clothing
I wouldn't either.
versus it's their manifestation, because number one, the majority of these that we're showing, they're not ever going to be caught naked anyway. There's going to be something covering them. But even if it's a flowing robish type mist around them, they're never naked in any way, shape, or
Well,
form that I've ever seen.
well, exactly. It's kind of like this. They could come back and manifest any way they choose.
Yeah. I don't know how I would tell them to do anything. Yeah.
Right. They're going to manifest the way they choose to. And it could be their favorite dress, their
Yep.
favorite top hat, their favorite jacket. It could be anything. But, they're going to be wearing clothes usually. I mean, I suppose if you ran across a nudist
Yeah.
that is fast,
Yeah.
you might be a little scared by that. But you're right. I mean, I never see anything
That's naked.
No.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
So we're pretty much adept with that one. Now, this one came from Saudi Arabia, supposedly. Yeah, you leave it on because, came from Saudi Arabia. All it says, and all I was able to get on it was a real ghost of a little girl in Saudi Arabia. And I did not do that red circle.
All right.
Yeah.
That already looks
like a kid on the other side of a berm.
That's all it is.
Yeah, it looks like it was tampered with too.
It was.
As in,
I think she was superimposed. I think she was put in there.
Well, I don't even know about that. I think there is a little bit of maybe picture lightning going on there. I don't know. Zoom in on that as much as you can. Let's see if we can.
As far as I can get in right there.
Well, it does look like a little girl.
Yeah, it looks like a little girl.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I don't know. At best, it's somebody just walking by.
Yeah, because I don't know if this is an actual berm here for sure, and she's over the other side of it. It's hard
what it looks
to tell,
like to me.
really. That's what it looks like to me too. Yeah, and because these right here, anybody that's ever been into the desert in Saudi Arabia or Kuwait or Iraq, these are not the markers you have up. These right here, I've never seen these in any of the areas. You know what I mean? That I've been at, the graveyards that I've seen, they've all been stone. Everything's been stone. Okay. This is the other thing. I don't know if this is true to the region or not, because it looks kind of like a yucca plant to me.
Yeah.
Which would put it in Arizona or New Mexico mainly.
Well, and that looks like a cinder block wall back behind her.
Yes, it does. See it?
Retaining
it's
wall.
Definitely, yeah.
Very well could be.
That looks like a stone wall.
It's so bad. I mean, if you're looking down, I mean, I can see that being the desert floor if you're looking down a hill at her, type thing. But then you wouldn't have the berm. You're looking out on the desert floor out here. Okay.
But what if you're looking up at her and that's a wall behind her?
Yeah, and that very well could be too. There's just not enough definition for me to tell whether this is a wall or this is just a lay of the desert floor. But it
looks like bricks,
straight, doesn't it?
Yeah. Looks like bricks
Looks
to
like
me.
brick and mortar to me.
Yeah.
So we're gonna stick with what we got on right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. I there's not anything that states that that's a ghost, I would say. And location, like you said, the plant is kind of like a giveaway that may not be where they said it was taken.
Yeah, I tend to
So
think it's
it may
not.
be
So
somebody out there that found a picture and goes, "Well, here you go. This is what I see, and I'm just gonna call it this."
yeah,
I mean, because
exactly. Kind of what it sounds like.
plagiarism is alive and well, everyone.
Oh,
People will
especially
take
in this.
other people will take other people's evidence and use it as their own. So
Case in point.
that's another thing that you have to really be careful of.
I had a talk with some people on Facebook this week because they had a picture. Remember, we did the Willard Library on here, okay? And we had the
Yes.
one picture that looked like the little kid down in the children's library. Well,
Yes.
somebody started putting it out across several different areas on Facebook, and that I'm a member of, and I keep an eye on for paranormal sightings and evidence and so forth, so on like that.
Right.
They put it out there, and it says this woman Gina took this picture, and she didn't have time to take 2 extra pictures or whatever, blah 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 blah, and kept on going. I said, well, first of all, Gina is the new name for a ghost cam because that's where it came from, and it wasn't just me. There was about 500 people jumped all over it. But you got your others that, oh my God, that's a great catch. That's a great catch. They don't even know what they're looking at, but we're trying to explain to them, listen, this was captured by the Willard Library ghost cams, and several of us watched them for years, and when we tried to do that, we had others come back and say, y'all don't know what you're talking about. You're just trying to knock everybody down. I never said anything mean to any of them. I just told you the truth. I said they might have gotten it from somebody and they put it out like that. You said somebody named Gina. We don't know who Gina is. There's no word about who she was and who submitted it to them. We're just setting the record straight of what it actually is.
Yeah, that's true. Because whenever we have some pictures, evidence, we always try to put out there, hey, we got this from this place, or we got this from this place, and it's only so you can go look and maybe do some research, maybe on their site, their YouTube, or something else, so you can maybe find something we didn't. I mean, that's you've got to give all the information, or you're just not going to have the full truth. That's all there is to it.
No, that's all there is to it. Yeah. So, okay, I got one more with no info on it. Actually, you know what? I'm going to save that one for another time. I'm not going to do that one. I'm going to do a Gettysburg soldier. I got one.
Here's our favorites.
I think we've seen this one before. I did the red circle on it because it came up on one as I was looking. I was like, I don't remember if we actually looked at this one or not. I can't remember. Now, obviously, it's a night vision.
So automatically we know there's going to be grain in the picture. Night vision always has grain.
Yep. They got looks like good illumination though for the picture itself. But as I'm looking at it, I was like, wait a second. I don't remember seeing this or going over this one before or actually putting it under a microscope, but whatever this is here is part of the actual photo. I mean, look at the grain and the pixels and the actual makeup of the photo itself. It's actually part of that
right
picture.
in.
Yeah. So,
and you'll notice the legs kind of disappear.
Mm-hmm. And I noticed he looks like a bandolier / sash / something going across here.
Yeah, but look at the shape of the shape of the hat.
Yeah. It looks like a Union soldier, doesn't it?
Does to me, Tex.
Looks like a blurry Bigfoot picture.
Blob squatch. It's a blob
See,
squatch.
there's a reason I should have put a block on him coming in here, shouldn't I?
I don't think you can sit here and I don't think you can sit here and say this is anything.
I don't see why I can't either.
Aside from, well, no, you can make it be whatever you want.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. See, there's a tree line right back here. And
Well, I mean, given the high profile place that it was taken in,
Mm-hmm.
Tex, maybe you're right. Maybe we're taking the assumption that this is what it is because
Yep.
of where it was taken in this high profile place. It's true. That plays a lot in it also.
I don't think you could say this is a ghost or apparition or Bigfoot or alien or whatever, or somebody just walking through the field. There's not
Well, I
enough
would say it's definitely
definition to
not
tell
somebody
anything.
walking through the field. Well, I just don't. Honestly, I've seen so many of these pictures coming from Gettysburg with that lack of definition that you talk about, especially the night vision ones. That
Right.
sometimes there's just no other explanation for what you have.
Well, I'd have to have more background on the photo.
Right,
Well,
right.
Yeah.
I
don't have.
See, this is where I wish I had all this money, because I would have, if I took a picture of it with night vision, of course, but then I would whip out a thermal and check it out on thermal.
Yep.
To see if it had given off, any cold spots, hot spots, anything, just to determine exactly what we're dealing with there. I mean, because I'm not going to say and a spirit could give off a heat signature.
Yeah.
They could give off a cold signature. You just
Exactly.
don't know.
Mm-hmm. And at this time, I imagine when this was actually taken, FLIR is obviously not in the realm of the layman. There's no way. So
right. But I mean, if you kind of look at it, you can kind of see where they're talking about because of where it was taken. I mean, because we can all assume that that's what it is. I mean, it could be Bigfoot for all we know.
Littlefoot. It's Littlefoot, kind of little.
Littlefoot. Well, we don't know.
It could be just somebody out there.
Could be a drummer boy.
Yeah.
Rat-a-tat-tat, rat-a-tat-tat, rat-a-tat-tat.
Yeah, I mean, I could see. I mean, but then again, that's kind of like using your imagination of seeing all the things that we saw in it, which may not be true. There's no definition to say, yes, that is a sash going across the, the front of it. I mean, I do see a type of white stripe, but is it a sash? I don't know. I'm gonna go with I don't know.
Yeah, I'm still a believer in Gettysburg all day long. Now this one, that's why I did the red circle on it, because I don't know, and I'll make the argument for it all day long, but I can also see his argument too. Whereas you can't be for sure because this is all we got.
Right.
Yep.
And we're just making the assumption because of the place. So
for the most part,
I'm going with a big red circle gets a big red button. That's where I'm going with.
All right, I'm going to go with I don't know. So I'm not gonna throw it down the tubes just yet. Because, Tex, we've done this before where Randy and I have looked at a picture and said, oh my gosh, look at that. That can't be, that can't be. And then, a few weeks later, even a month later, we're like, guess what? I found out more information.
Exactly.
And then we're like, oh, okay. Kind of like we had Gary's friend on with the pictures and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And at first we're like, we were sure that it was a real person walking, along the back of a vehicle. And then all of a sudden it was like, now we're getting the story on it from the person who actually took the picture. And we're like,
Lisa.
Yeah. So we're like,
I was on that show.
Yeah. So information does play a whole role in this, but like I said, we don't have enough information on that photo to say anything about it. It was in Gettysburg. Yeah.
And that's what I'm going to go with. So, well, that's the hour, but I'm going to close out this one because earlier in the week, had a friend of ours. She had been fighting stuff for a while. Okay. She was at the Dogman conference with us. It took me and Jesus Payan. I'm going to bring that one up too. It took me and him getting together, doing a video and sending it to her to get her to bring her butt out because she she had just moved into a couple of months before. She just moved into a senior living area. It was apartments that wasn't like taken care of or whatever.
Right.
But her name was Christy Leslie. And we got her there and she showed up.
Yep.
Okay.
She sure did.
This was anybody's ever been to LBL. Gary's been there with her. He knows this was camp mama. Okay. She'd take care of everything, all cook and do whatever you wanted at the camp while everybody else. She's like, I can't walk it, but I can sure as heck be here to watch it.
Right.
So she passed away earlier this week. She had a pulmonary embolism from what I'm understanding. And I'm closing this out with stuff of her. She was also a bartender in the area for a long, long time. I went and sat with her at her apartment one time, and we were going through. She still had old stirs from bars that didn't exist anymore. She gave me stacks of these old drink stirs with the name of the old bar on it and everything. And I'm like, how do you keep all this stuff? Most people be looking at you and saying you're a hoarder. She's like, I'm a collector. Okay.
I'm a bar collector.
Yeah. And I'm going to tell you what, the woman was actual, as you can see, she was hell on wheels all the way around. She really was. And Gary can vouch for that. That woman was hell on wheels, even into her, I think she was 70 or 71 this last year. So, and that's what I wanted everybody to remember about her, because that girl right there was a gem.
Oh, she had a head full of hair too. Boy, I'll tell you what.
All red too.
She was probably a Spitfire for sure.
She was a Spitfire before she passed. What are you talking about? I don't even know about what back then.
That never changed.
Me and a couple of her friends on Facebook were talking about her collection, because she had T-shirts from the local bands of the 70s and 80s around here. She still had the T-shirts. She had the little singles that they'd come around and sell when they were playing at the clubs and stuff. She had their
She likes her memorabilia.
Still.
Yeah, she likes her memorabilia for sure.
And quite frankly, you could have done a full North Central Texas museum with the stuff that she had. You really could.
Wow.
So,
wow.
But anyway, I wanted to end with that one. So,
well, I hope she's smiling down on you now, Randy.
No, she's probably smacking me in the back of the head right now. Well, you stupid, what do you think you're doing, showing me up there like that?
You probably feel that later when nobody's looking.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a scratch. I already know it's coming.
Oh no. Or just a good smack, hair pulling. You know what I mean? Something.
Yeah. Yep.
Anybody catches the last part of the show, they're going to be, what are y'all talking about?
We're going to be talking about.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, I got to have my time.
Right. Yeah. We're talking about basically when your friends and loved ones come back from beyond and you know, kind of try to straighten you up with a big good old smack to the back of the head.
Smack and tell you, hey, I didn't want you to put me out there like that. What's the matter with you?
Right.
Too late.
All
You're
right,
Granddaddy. I ain't got no hair. All right. So I've closed it like I wanted to. Do you have anything else to say?
I have nothing. But everybody have a wonderful week. And we will see you Monday night on Texas Front Porch. And then again on Wednesday for Paranormal Show and Tell. So make sure you tune in and we'll see you then.
Yeah, we've got Heather Mosier on Monday, and we're going to be talking cursed objects.
Cursed objects.
It's one of my favorites. It's a favorite subject of mine.
Yeah, and I got to do the whole go through all the crap from last night so I can find the stuff on Paul so I can start looking at that and see if I can figure something out. So, but
yeah, because he evidently had a heck of a weekend.
Yeah, you got me and Monica at 10:00 tonight. So.
Oh, okay. We got a pop up, everybody. 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. Central. Make sure you tune in. Are you going to be on Texas Front Porch?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So everybody tune in at 10 p.m. tonight, and we'll see everybody later.
Here we go. Watch this. Here comes the pushing the button right.